right, let's head to the Bombers coach now. John Worsfold is fronting the media after tonight's draw.
John, do you feel like you probably should have had that one locked up before then? Or what's your takeaway?
Oh, yeah, look, I thought we... early in the game, we cost ourselves, really. We with some turnovers, errors that allowed Gold Coast to hit the scoreboard. So they capitalised on that, which is credit to them. But made it hard for ourselves early, I thought, when it was a fairly even game, but all of a sudden we were 3 goals or 4 goals behind. So really, ultimately, I think the message at half-time was a really clear and strong one, and absolutely correct around not focusing on the scoreboard or what had happened in that first half, but trying to keep working on the way we want to play the game. And I thought the players were outstanding in the way they just committed to forgetting about whatever the scoreboard said and playing the style of footy we want to play consistently.
The perseverance was good as well. I mean, they kept going, even though you'd had all the footy in the third term and then they kicked that goal right on the siren. There's the opportunity there for the guys to perhaps go home.
Yeah.
And they kept going in that final.
And that was part of it. I mean, the lessons learnt from last week were around forget about whatever the scoreboard says should have no impact on your mindset to play and the way we're working on playing, the way we train to play. So, that was a strong theme, and I heard the players consistently reminding themselves about that throughout the second half, and, that's the way it looked.
Yes, with the dominance you had in the third quarter, you talk about not taking into account what the scoreboard says, but you weren't able to put your dominance in the third quarter on the scoreboard and kick enough goals there. So.
Yeah, so that can be frustrating at times, but if you then try and do things differently because you're frustrated, you don't get the scoring opportunities anyway. So. That's part of where we've got to continue to work to improve, is to capitalise on our opportunities when we get them to score and defend better, not cough up easy opportunities for the opposition to hit the scoreboard.
Do you think you might have solved that forward line problem a little bit with Stewart and the fact that he showed a bit tonight?
Yeah, look, it's there's no real rocket science to understanding that a player who's missed so much footy takes a couple of weeks to really start to find his feet again. He's still got more improvement in him, which is great, but it was a good reward for him tonight. Really good to see.
How's David going? He obviously kicked that goal that looked to be really important, then straight down the rooms. He said that he popped his quad, is that right?
It looks like he's got a quad strain, so he knows, I think he's had a quad before, so I would guess that's correct, but we'll wait and get the exact diagnosis probably the next day or so, but highly unlikely to be available for a few weeks.
John, after fighting so hard, like in that last quarter, you hit the front twice. I think you got a goal in front and then a point in front late. Like, did you see anything late that you thought you maybe could have tightened up to keep that lead?
I'm not sure when we got the goal in front. I'm not sure whether they won the centre clearance and got it down there. I can't remember, but it was so I'm not really sure right at the moment. But it would have been nice, and we've touched on it, when we scored that point, that we could have locked it in the front half. We allowed them to get it out of there too easily at that point of the game through uncontested marks, a couple of uncontested marks, I think, and that put them back in a dangerous position for us.
Where do you see the side at now after the draw? I'm contending for finals, rebuilding. Yeah, where do you see the side now, given that you can't, it was a draw and you're still playing a game in hand on the rest?
So it's a bit unknown. It's hard to pick because you look at the ladder and some teams have played 11 games, and I think prior to tonight we'd played 9, and so really that's I'm not spending too much time on how it may look. We've got to recover from this game and prepare to play on Sunday. So we've got to do that. We're managing players. We've got some top-line players that will be available over the next week or two. So we're just working through all that, and the rest will take care of itself.
Will Joe Daniher go in a scratch match next week? Yeah, how's he going with his stuff?
Yeah, look, Joe, as we've said before, is progressing well. He's obviously ramped up his volumes coming back from his calf. That set him back a little bit. and hopefully just keeps progressing. And when the time is right between Joe and our medical staff and everyone, then we'll take the next step.
Jordan Ridley came in a bit sore. I think he was a test for the game. He's obviously played really well. Does he play against St Kilda? What do you do with him now?
Yeah, look, again, we'll just have to assess how everyone's pulled up from the game tonight before we start thinking about who's available. But he's pulled up really well. He's a very fit young man, good runner. So, yeah, at this stage, my guess is he'll be right to go. I would expect that. But, yeah, we'll really need to assess everyone 24 or 48 hours post-game.
Is it a case of not just physical, like everyone talks about a draw and that flat?
Yeah.
Is it a case of also sort of perhaps assessing people mentally as well before the weekend, like whether anyone's a little bit
not really. Look, our focus is on what we want to work on to get better, not how we feel right now. Like it's just an obvious thing that we're disappointed. But the really good teams that grow quicker very quickly say, let me get back out there and improve and play like we did tonight in big patches of the game well again, like we did for a half or 3/4 last week against GWS. We want more opportunities to keep improving on that. So the disappointment is there, but if that stops you from improving, then that's really feeling sorry for yourself.
Are you starting to see more of a brand of footy emerge?
Absolutely, yeah. We're seeing a lot of growth in the way we want to play. So obviously our back line tonight, under some pressure because we didn't defend as a team as well as we'd like, but fairly inexperienced back line without Hurley and Hooker, who have been mainstays for a long time, without Ambrose. So really pleased with the way those younger players like Guelphy and Redmond and Ridley Francis are coming along. Zerk Thatcher in his 4th or 5th game, I think. So, it's exciting for what we're seeing within that group.
How would you describe the brand of footy that Essendon's playing at the moment, and what kind of brand you want to play?
Generally, I don't really get caught up into the brand of footy, but we've got a style of play that we're coaching, and it's got obviously the attack and the defence elements to it that need to work really well together, and that's what we're focusing on, bringing all that together. Hopefully, people still enjoy watching us play because we do attack and try and score, and we've got some exciting players, and we certainly don't put the brakes on those guys showing that flair. But we've also got some super exciting young players that Essendon fans are going to enjoy watching for a very long time. Do
you need a bit more run in the team to maybe get the style of play that you want to play more efficient, more damaging?
Look, at the moment, we need to work on our overall team defence. We need to get that a little bit better. And out of that will help our attack as well. So they are really linked. Sounds pretty simple, but we're enjoying the challenge of working on that and trying to master it.